Hi, Marianne Croce here from Small Biz Vantage and the creator of 3 Day Weekend System. And I'm glad to be here each and every week. I do these lives. I call them Auto Shop Success in 15 minutes. And I do them for two reasons. The first reason is for you to be able to shift your perspective, the way you look at your business, and really turn that into your competitive edge. I find that most owners are so caught up in the day to day that they don't have time to look at their business from that 30,000-foot view. And since most people aren't doing that, it really is a competitive advantage. The second reason is for you to take one action item away each and every week. It's so important to be consistent, to actually take steps that lead you to your goals. The magic is in the doing. You can listen to me, you can listen to someone else, read a book. I've read many of them, right? There's a lot of good information out there, but the magic is in the doing. So spend 15 minutes a week with me and you'll see the ripple effect that it'll have in your business. And for me, it even was in my personal life as well. So this week's topic, I want to get to it because it is a meaty one, something that owners have been talking to me about for a while. If you find this valuable, my ask is please share it with another business owner, a shop owner that you know, because this is a very good, very giving group. There's a lot of good people in this industry and a lot of good people that I've met over the years. So if you find it valuable, please share it with someone that you know it could help. So let's get right into it. The myth of what's costing you good people or even great people, right? There's a myth that is costing you great people. So when you think about this, what I have been hearing over and over, and it's not just in the automotive industry, right? Although that's primarily my space, it's everywhere. What I'm hearing is nobody wants to work anymore. You've probably heard this networking, you've heard it from other people in your space, other shop owners, maybe even in a 20 group, a conference. And I'm sure it's even come up in your own shop. But let's be perfectly honest here. That's not new. There have always been people who do the bare minimum just to get a paycheck. I mean, I've been in this industry for 26 years. And before that, I was in banking. And before that, my family was in construction. Guess what? I always met people like that. So this isn't something that's new. So what is really going on? What's the real thing that's going on? Because blaming the workforce isn't fixing your hiring problem and it's not gaining you back any time. So, right, you're not getting time back. It's not fixing the hiring problem that a lot of shops are asking me about. It's coming up constantly. So when I first started hearing about this years ago, I thought, wow, this really sounds familiar because decades ago, we knew people that clocked in, did enough just not to get fired, and went home. I saw this in banking. It's not new. What is new is the workforce itself. It's the way people see work, the way they see leadership and life. That's what's changed dramatically. It's huge. And if you're still leading and hiring like it's 2005, you'll stay short-staffed and you'll stay stressed. But if you evolve your leadership for 2025, you'll stand out as the auto shop people actually want to work for. So the workforce has changed. And here's what I'm seeing across shops nationwide. People want to feel respected. They want to work in a place where their opinions matter, where they're trusted, not micromanaged. Number 2, they want growth. They're looking for training, new skills, certifications, and opportunities to advance. If you're not offering growth, they'll find it somewhere else. They'll find it at a shop that does. They want fulfillment. This generation isn't lazy. They are simply not willing to sacrifice their health or their family for a job. And here's the thing, this is something that many owners had to learn the hard way, because when you think of a generation ago, they had to learn that the hard way, missing out on time with their families. I see it a lot in the trades, not just in automotive, but I see it a lot from a generation ago. It was different. Going to work was enough. Now, today, it's not. Number 4, they want communication and follow through. If you say you're going to provide things for them, training, maybe certain tools, structure, processes, and it doesn't happen, they notice. So the question isn't, why don't people want to work? It's, why don't they want to work here? And a lot of people hear that and they take it personally. So let's talk about the leadership evolution, because this is really huge. The real challenge today isn't lack of workers. It's a leadership evolution. So old leadership says, do it because I said so. New leadership says, here's why it matters and how you can grow from it. So you're actually talking to people and leading them instead of demanding things from them. It's a different way of looking at it. Old leadership focused on production. Cars in, get them out, and then get the money in. New leadership focuses on development. People first, system second, profit third. Because they know if you take care of your people and you give them the resources, which are systems, profits will come. Most think of it the other way around. They've been in business for years. They're concerned about profit. They don't have any systems and processes in place, and people they think are dispensable. When you shift how you lead, everything changes. You don't attract everyone. You attract the right ones. And those are the people who will help you build a profitable, sustainable, and enjoyable business. That's what we want to do. We don't want to attract everyone. We want to attract the right ones, the right people that are going to be a good fit for our business. So drop in the comments, whether you're live or you're on the replay, you're watching it after. Drop in the comments and tell me, what's one thing that you think changed most about hiring in the past few years? I'm really curious. What I've heard while you're doing that, what I've heard from people is they're not getting as many students in the schools, the trade schools, as they used to. But then I hear other areas are. They said their schools are starting to fill up. So what is it that you see in your area? Parents are big influencers. And we see for the past generation or so, parents were not encouraging their college age students, right? Their college age children, students. They weren't encouraging them to go into the trades. They were actually encouraging them to go to a formal, 2-year or 4-year degree, traditional. We're starting to see that change. People are realizing that there's a lot of security in this type of environment, in automotive, in different trades. They're seeing that there is security, that they can always have a job, and that there's growth opportunities. So I'm curious, what is the one thing that has changed most about hiring in the past few years? Or if you already have built a great team, what did you do differently that worked? Because your insight, what you've done, if you're willing to share it, really might help another shop owner watching this. So I would appreciate if you put that in the comments. So each week I leave you with one action item. So ask one of your best team members what they enjoy most about working in your shop. You'll learn what's worth protecting and what to highlight when you're hiring. And here is a pro thinking tip. When you stop blaming the workforce, you start becoming the kind of leader that people want to work for and work with. So here's the takeaway. People still want to work. They just want to work differently. And if you're willing to lead differently, you'll not only find great people, but you'll keep them. They're out there. We've been able to find them. I'm not saying you're going to find someone tomorrow, but if you put these practices into place, you stand a much better chance of finding the right people. So in the next live, I'm going to share the real hiring challenges that shop owners face today and what you can do to stand out as a shop of choice in your community. So that's it for this week's Auto Shop Success in 15 minutes. I'm glad to have you here. Have an enjoyable week.